My guest at this time is a veteran WWE superstar who's going to take on AJ Gray at For the Culture on Thursday, April 8th. It's JTG. JTG, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me here today.
No problem. You are not rocking with the God, so what's really good?
I guess we're a lot better now. Dude, by the way, the poster for this match with you and AJ looks sick. I think he only dropped it like a day or so ago, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, because I asked, I was like, I want to promote the match some more. I just needed some updated I needed an updated poster. You know, I got a new look. They were using like old photos of me. I'm like, nah, this is not gonna help our cause. You know, we need a hot poster. And he said, I'm on it, man. And then about less than an hour later, he showed me that post. I'm like, this is perfect. And we put it out there, and the buzz is real. If people want to see this match, and I hope they put us on last. I hope we main event, because it's gonna be hard to follow the God and AJ Gray For the Culture.
I think so too, and that's a pretty big statement because like this is a pretty fire card here as well, right?
Yeah, you got Leo Rush, you got what's your man, Two Cold Scorpios on the card. So yeah, you have to be pretty confident and well experienced to say you're gonna steal the show with those guys on the card. But I'm the God, so I'm gonna stick by my word.
How cool is it for you just to be on a show with Two Cold Scorpio? Like, is that
man? I wrestled him last month, and that was an honor. You know, this is a guy I had his action figure in my toy box. It's still in my toy box in my mom's house. My mom didn't throw away my toys.
okay?
And I was able to wrestle him, and I learned so much. I think that was the first time I ever well, he's a veteran, so I trusted him, but I let someone completely call the match in the ring. Though we had some things planned, not really. I didn't know where he was gonna put it. He was like, "Can you do this? We might do this. We might do that." Because I'm used to working with guys. We plan out we kind of structure the match a certain way, but he's old school, and all I had to do was listen. He was the quarterback, and I just listened, and it was a great match.
Are you talking about the Flash Funk action figure that you had as a kid with the hat?
Yeah, it came with the blue hat, the blue outfit. Yeah. It didn't come with the what's their names again? The two chicks he used to come out with.
Yes, they weren't the Funkadactyls. That came later.
No, yeah, that came later, but they were Funk something.
I remember. Oh, I think they were the Funkettes.
The Funkettes, yeah, they didn't come with the Funkettes. I was a little disappointed in that.
That was a deep cut right there. And by the way, as soon as you said that, I like vividly saw that action figure. That was one of my favorite action figures as a Flash Funk action figure, man.
You know? Yeah, it was a dope figure.
So talk to me about AJ Gray here, man. Like, how did the match between you two come together, man? This seems like a perfect pairing here.
It just kind of happened. Just kind of pretty much happened. I'm pretty sure they wanted a great card for this match. WrestleMania weekend. You're gonna have to bring it. Just bring it. And AJ Gray and I think it was a great pairing. It just happened, and it's working. And we're gonna have to hit a home run April 8th.
I think that's possible. Talk to me a little bit about what you think of AJ. Like, what's it like working with him? What potential do you see in him? You know, what do you think of his spot in the landscape right now of pro wrestling?
I see a lot of potential in AJ Gray. You know, he throws a mean lariat, so that's what I'm gonna have to watch out for. I'm only choose my words correctly. He's a snug wrestler. You know, I watch some of his matches, and he hits hard, but he hits in safe places. So I'm okay with that. You know, I haven't heard any track records of him hurting anybody. He has a great work ethic, and he has a great wrestling style. And I'm looking forward to working with him and putting a masterpiece together. Something we could watch back years later and be like, damn, that was a good match.
Yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to the show a lot, you know, and I mean, just in general for you, JTG, like, what do you think of For the Culture show, right? I mean, it's very different, you know, before this show, there really wasn't a show that just showcased the diversity and, you know, the black talent in the business just like this, you know?
To me, it's an honor to be on the show. You know, there's plenty of more African-American talent out there, but they pick the best of the best, and that definitely means a lot to me.
Yeah.
That I was on. This is my second one too, and this time hopefully to be main eventing with AJ Gray. You know, he's the one who puts the card together.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one running the show, so he's picking the best out of the best. Who's on the indie scene? Who's making waves?
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's cool with you, like, and with Shad too. Like, you guys were really embraced by GCW. I was in the house here at the Collective a couple years ago when you guys did the Watch My Language, but the clusterfuck, I believe you guys popped up in. Like,
Yeah, I was blown away from the response. I was like, oh, the pop is like my ears. I needed earplugs for this. I didn't know it was gonna be that. Because when you're away from the wrestling scene for a while, you're not really on TV that much. You don't know how the fans are gonna respond to you. Like, we were over in 2006, but it was what 2018, 19, 2019, correct? So you just don't know how they're gonna respond. But they loved us, and they still loving me right now, and they still love Cryme Tyme. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, and like I was sitting there in the balcony for that. And you talk about not knowing the reaction. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like that was a giant pop, and everybody was just like, pre-pandemic, everybody was crawling all over you guys. I remember.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, man. So
that was a lot of fun.
So, like in general, though, like, do you think that like the message that For the Culture is sending is resonating? I mean, you've obviously spent a lot of time in the business, especially at the top of the heap there. Do you feel the business is becoming more progressive and is kind of embracing diversity more as it moves forward?
Absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of melanated talent out there, and that's doing their thing too. Like I'm proud of seeing Bobby Lashley's the champion right now. The Hurt Business was great. And then on the independent scene, you got a lot of amazing black talent out there that's making waves that are getting noticed, and you got talent like you have someone like me.
Yeah, man, dude. And like, here's the thing: is I mean, you're jacked. I hope I'm not embarrassing you by saying that.
No. Thank you.
Like you're. Yeah. So go ahead.
In my head, how I looked at it was I did a spiritual thing a few years ago, and I was told that I am when I'm not being watched. When I think I'm not being watched, I'm being watched, and I'm a role model. So when no one's looking, you got to work harder. And with the pandemic and with the passing of my best friend and tag team partner Shad, I felt like all eyes were on me, and I had to come back. And I was like, and then I wasn't even thinking about wrestling. I was like, kind of like, I don't want to wrestle again. I want to be, I love being in a tag team. I love Cryme Tyme and what we built. I don't want to start over from scratch. I don't want to. And then something in me, maybe it was Shad talking to me, like, you can't stop now. You got to rep for the both of us, and you're gonna have to come back. New look, bigger, badder. And then I did a whole 360, and here I am now, Jay the God. And the fans are loving. I'm constantly being booked, and my work ethic, my craft. I keep perfecting my craft, and everything's looking good right now. So I'm glad I listened to whatever voice was in my head a few months back.
Yeah, and it's a great point, man, because like the fans love you, man. Like, and I feel like and it was very, very unfortunate what happened with Shad, but I feel like in some way, it did help the fans maybe appreciate you and him both a little bit more. I mean, there is a real love for you right now, Jay, and I'm. How far do you think this journey will take you? Do you see yourself back on a national television show doing pro wrestling? Like, where do you want to take this thing now going forward?
I don't see why not. I'm just going to keep doing what I do because I love it. I love the craft. Like the passion came back. For a while, I lost my passion for it, but the passion is back. I love perfecting my craft. Like, I love going in that ring and telling a story. I just don't like going in there and doing moves and stuff like that. I like bettering my body and going in that ring and telling a story. So do I want to do? I'm open to WWE. I'm open to AEW. I'm open to Ring of Honor. I'm just open if it makes sense financially, because at the end of the day, I'm still a businessman. If it makes sense financially, we'll see where this journey goes. But I'm gonna ride these wheels until they fall off, pretty much.
Sure, that's a popular lyric right now, right? Those dollars, the dollars have to make sense, right? So
the dollars have to make sense. Yes,
it's my favorite line. So is there a relationship there? Have you made inroads with I mean, WWE? I feel like is where most people would be interested to know if you've talked to them, because they most know you from your time in WWE. Yeah,
No, they haven't reached out. I have people who are affiliated with WWE reach out to me and talk to me to see where my head is at. But we'll see. AEW, I haven't heard anything from them.
Yeah.
But I've heard from other companies that are on TV. So we will see. I'm gonna end up somewhere. I just don't know where yet.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we're all very interested. We'll do a wait and see. I'll put a pin on that here for the moment, right?
Yeah.
Kind of back to For the Culture here, man, because like I think it's so great that you are at the top of this card here with AJ and loving being a part of this, because obviously, you know, as much as people like kind of love Cryme Tyme, there are people that, you know, had issues with Cryme Tyme as well. You know, like maybe didn't advance the cause for the culture. I think some people would argue.
Yeah.
What's your response to critics and when you hear things like that about the Cryme Tyme Act?
I definitely understand. You know, it definitely would have had slide in 2021, but during that time, the way Vince explained the gimmick to me, it made a lot of sense, and I thought we were going to do something positive, because what he wanted to do when he explained it to me, our first meeting, he's like, I want to take this thug image, the image that you guys got, and I want to flip it. You know, when people see the stereotype, you know, they grab their, you know, their purses, or they, you know, check for their wallet. They feel intimidated. So what I want you guys to do is, like, when you guys come out, you're always smiling, you're always having a good time. We're gonna flip that this thug image, and when they do see you guys are still gonna be do heelish things, but you guys are my baby face. He's like, I want when your music hits, you know, little kids and people are, you know, families come out to see you, they're gonna be dancing and having a good time in the audience, and that's exactly what we did. You know, we over exaggerated the stereotypes. We had fun, but when we did steal, we auctioned it off to the crowd. You know, it was still crowd, there was still engagement with the crowd.
Sure.
And it was Vince's. It was pretty much Vince's. We had the look, we had the charisma, but Vince pretty much structured it properly, so it made sense for his platform.
Yeah, and it's very Robin Hood, right? You guys steal from people and then, you know, give it away to the poor kind of deal, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we just had fun. Like the leader thing, that was fun. That wasn't our idea. We just came to the building in Philadelphia, and you guys, leaders retiring tonight. You guys are gonna steal her stuff and sell it off to the fans. We were like, wait, what? And then we were like, all right, is Lita okay with that? And then we pretty much came up with our own. They couldn't really. It was hard for the writers to write for Cryme Tyme because of our slang and how we like to, you know, have fun with, you know. So we pretty much did our own thing out there.
Were there any black writers at the time writing for you, or
no? Not at that time. No, not at that time.
Man, that's got to be a little. I mean, like, was that like weird ever, where you had like a bunch of white guys and they're trying to tell you like this is?
They tried. They'll go to like the Urban Dictionary or slang.com or something like that, and hey, is this cool to say this? No, we can't say mollywop. No, the kids are not saying that today. No.
I would feel uncomfortable the moment Vince was like, go to the Urban Dictionary and write this promo for JTG. That sounds a little weird to me, but anyway, I'm not trying to cast too much judgment here, you know.
No, you're good.
So like you know, you guys did have a lot of memorable moments in WWE. You know, the first one obviously I think was when you stole the titles, feuding with Cody and Ted DiBiase. Obviously, Cody's like gone on to AEW and stuff. What was that like for you, getting to work with those two, especially at that time when they were really kind of being looked at as, you know, futures for the company and things like that?
Oh, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. They were fun to work. We were married to them for like months.
Yeah,
you know, we couldn't get away from each other. And you know, we had great matches. We traveled the world together, and we kept having great matches. I think we probably had like one or two stinkers, but but other than that, 98% of the time we had great matches and we had fun. And just throwing it out there, I love to work Cody again. You know, that's. We can make that happen.
I mean, there's history there, right? That's kind of why I brought it up. You know,
there's history there. Let's revisit that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I think everybody, obviously, you know, Cryme Tyme C Nation is the thing that everybody really thought was a lot of fun. What was it like to work with John, and why did that kind of get dropped so quickly? Why didn't you guys get to do more together? You know,
I have no idea. I learned a lot working with John Cena because we had to definitely. You know, step up to the plate and, you know, and hit some home runs, because working with John Cena, we were now in the main event scene. That was the first time, and I think think first and last time in my in my wrestling career with the WWE, not my wrestling career, my WWE career.
Yeah.
Shad and I were in the main event spot, because we were with John Cena.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was great. I learned so much. He'll pull me to the side, very professionally and tell me what, now that you're in this spot, and if you ever do get back into this spot, you don't do this and you don't do that. And I still carry those lessons today, because now I am in the main event spot.
There you go. Yeah, and I mean, do you still keep in touch with John? I believe he made some kind of gesture or something when Shad passed away or something. I think on some gun.
Oh, he made a very, very big gesture. Yeah, he did a very big donation to Shad's wife when after his passing. But I haven't had any contact with John. It's been a few years. But I think when we do see each other, we just picked up where we left off. That's how the wrestling business is with a lot of my colleagues and peers. We had a great relationship, and then life happens. But when we do see each other, we pick right back where we left off, and everything's cool.
Yeah, and well, kind of like John though. I mean, you've been taking stabs at acting and trying to make moves in Hollywood as well, right?
Yeah, when the opportunity, I filmed something last week. But that's not my passion right now. I mean, I'm good at it. I don't mind doing it, but it's not really my focus.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and say I saw it, but when I was prepping, I saw you were in one of the Sharknado films, and
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. I think we were in a tornado with a shark. I can't really fully remember, but yeah, it was crazy. It was. We filmed that 3 years ago. Shad and I was in that. Yeah, that was fun.
What were your thoughts? Going back to kind of Shad a little bit here. One of the things that one of our writers wanted to ask you about was what were your thoughts on the video of him and MVP that went viral, reacting to the win that Kofi had there at WrestleMania?
Oh, I thought it was great. I know MVP was a little upset about it because it was a very personal, intimate moment. But I remember P was I was upset that he shared that because that was something personal. But the response that it got, MVP was like, you know what, and it showed the world how much it meant that Kofi winning the title meant. So I'm kind of glad that Shad did put that out there. And I think the video, I still watch it every now and then because it was definitely touching. I still remember that moment. I was front row. I had to be there in the building. I don't care who saw me. I was front row to see Kofi win the title, and I have the chair. I still have my chair, the WrestleMania chair for when he won. I gotta get Kofi to sign it, but I don't have the pride to go ask Kofi to sign my chair.
Well, it's out there now, and we're maybe.
I have too much pride. So Kofi, I'm not gonna ask you if you're watching this. Sign my damn chair. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna put it in front of you.
Or if fans want to tweet to Kofi and be like, "Hey, Jay doesn't want to ask this, but we'll ask for him." Call your friend. Well, I mean, that's awesome. I didn't know that you were there for that. How did you feel? I mean, because kind of unceremoniously, the title reign ended in 10 seconds there at the hands of Brock Lesnar. How did you feel about that?
That bothered me a little bit that he lost it so quickly. I mean, Kofi could have got a great match out of Brock Lesnar. They both could have got a great match out of each other. It didn't have to be it looked like pretty much a squash match, but that's the WWE, and they have their plans, and you don't really know the full story. You only see parts of it, and then you kind of want to see if it's going to make sense later down the line. Okay. So they might do something crazy that doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, I didn't like that. It makes sense, but let's see where they're going with it. And you just got to pretty much trust them. And yeah, that's WWE, and
yeah, man. Well, I think a lot of people had that, and the Hurt Business breaking up so early. I think people were having some questions and scratching their heads.
We don't know where they're gonna go with that. What if that's a big ruse? That's a big plot in the storyline. For a good finish at WrestleMania. We don't know. We don't know.
So you wait.
See? I be thinking.
Wait. Are you saying that maybe Shelton and Cedric come back and maybe help Lashley at the end of the day, retain?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. That'll be a great little twist. I'm all for twists. I'm a big Shyamalan. What's his name? The director with all the twists. I'm a big
M. Night Shyamalan. Yes.
Yes, I love his films. Always a great twist. So we'll see. That'll be great. We will never know.
then the Hurt Business was never really dead. That would be the ultimate twist, right? So
there we go.
Well, JTG, I really enjoyed this. I know you're doing a lot more and you're on your journey, so hopefully I can get you back another time. There's more moments and matches to promote. I really enjoyed this talk.
Absolutely. Will you be in Tampa next week for Mania?
I am still not vaccinated, so I'm living in my house with a pile of rice and beans right now.
Okay.
But
I'm not vaccinated either, but I'm still enjoying the world.
Yeah, no, I get that. Some strokes for different folks, right? But
yeah, no.
when I am vaccinated, I know we will cross paths, dude. The Collective, back to kind of For the Culture, dude. The Collective is my favorite thing WrestleMania weekend. Like it was hard for me. I think it was 2019 when you guys did the clusterfuck, maybe 2018, whatever that year was in the Cuban Club, right? In New York. It was so hard for me to leave that space to go have to do my job and cover other shows because it's like it's as close to like a pro wrestling Woodstock as you can get. I mean, it's just a free for all of fun times, and I just think it's great what you guys are doing, Jay. I really do.
Thank you. And we're gonna hit a home run this year and have you guys coming back next year, or the year after that.
So, aren't you doing Real Hot Girl shit too? Aren't you? I saw your name on like Alley Cat's poster.
Yes.
Too. Okay.
Yes. So I'm doing the Gray Sweatpants Battle Royal. I'm doing For the Culture. I'm also doing VXS Lucid Dreams. Okay. I'm working Dr. Cube. I'm actually right after this. I'm actually going to shoot a promo for that. And I'm also doing DFW versus the World, WrestleCon. Yeah, I'm pretty busy this next weekend. I got my work cut out for me.
All right, man. Well, you just shilled a lot, but is there anything else you want to plug, promote, put over here to wrap it up? Maybe tell people to follow you.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at JTG 121084, and Twitter JTG1284. And for any of you guys that are females that's looking at my sexy as hell beard and you want your partner or you admiring the beard, go to shbeardcare.com. Over 25 amazing scents and get your beard looking and smelling great. And also have you also mentioned earlier that I'm jacked, and I'm jacked because I take T-Moss. So you can get T-Moss at t-moss.com. That's what I've been taking, especially over the pandemic. Keep my testosterone levels high. So when I go to the gym, I just go in there and kill it. Again, that's t-moss.com. It's a combination of 4 testosterone boosting ingredients with sea moss.